Now, Israel is urging citizens in the north to shelter after what the army called hostile aircraft entering from Lebanon. Al Jazeera's Jivara al-Budeiri is live for us from Galilee in northern Israel. What are you learning, Jivara?
فور وصولنا إلى هنا نحن عند ما يعرف بمفرق جولاني وهو في الجليل
namely Golani Crossroads. The sirens started to sound, and as we speak, the Israeli internal front says that there is a manhunt by the Israeli Air Forces against drones and gliders to the north of the country. The last 30 minutes has witnessed rapid developments. There are also fears that new gunmen would be infiltrating into the occupied territories. And still, as we speak, Israeli warplanes are shelling Shaba forms. Throughout Israel, sirens have been sounding, including the ceasefire line with Syria along the occupied Golan Heights. Also, a rocket was fired from Gaza Strip, following which sirens started to sound. At the same time, the Israeli skies were violated by 15 drones and glider. The Israeli air defenses and warplanes are searching and combing the skies. More than 2 million Israelis are requested to stay in bunkers and shelters from Haifa up to the north, about 60 kilometers long. This is the biggest development since the beginning of today's fighting. Until this moment, no damages or injuries have been reported. However, this is the very few minutes since this news erupted. And as I said, since we arrived at this very important conjunction to the north of Galilee, we have seen unprecedented movement to armored vehicle, police, and army personnel carriers, even before the sirens sounded. After that, it was established that a missile was fired from Gaza, a shell from the southern parts of Lebanon, and as you see behind me, all the vehicles are rushing to the north. Now we can say that the north front is hot, namely the southern of Lebanon and the north of Israel. However, we can also say that the ceasefire line on the eastern front with the occupied Golan Heights is also joined the action. Israeli authorities say that all the residents of Haifa, from Haifa up to the north of Israel, more than 2 million Israelis are forced to remain in shelters, bunkers, underground. Also, one of the most or the biggest hospitals of Haifa was declared a state of emergency. It is considered to be the most or the biggest medical facility in Haifa. All these developments unfolded as the Israeli government announced to have formed the War Emergency Council, as formed by the head of the government, Benjamin Netanyahu, the former, along with his ally, Ben Gaz, the former defense minister. It is called a war cabinet. 4 officials, in addition to Netanyahu, defense minister, and his colleague, the former chief of staff, as well as Nordrimier. We are speaking of a war cabinet and emergency government. These were formed, and as this announcement was made, all these rapid developments unfolded to the east of Israel and to the north with the borderlines of southern Lebanon. Shelling stretched from Haifa up to the north. Now, Netanyahu has arrived at the premises of the Defense Ministry for an urgent security briefing. That's all.
Jivara al-Budeiri from our sister network, Al Jazeera Arabic, thank you very much for the very latest there.